Sam's gonna take a nice quick nap. You can see how tired he is.
Good morning, Sam.
Alright. We'll let him shower off the blood. Skip.
EX grenade number 0.
Wow. Useful. There's a like it would take a very long time for me to explain everything that's happening in this game. Even I'm still confused about a lot of what's happening. All I know is that I must make deliveries. This is a memory, so he has this baby on his chest.
Sorry about the mess.
And he connects to it and he sees its memories.
Oops. Didn't mean to give you a shower. Tried waiting it out, but when I checked the time. I'm sorry. Should have come sooner. I got rain in my eyes. Just give me a minute.
You always come at the end of the game. Hey, that's when the most exciting things happen. It's when I'm supposed to be the least dumb. But that's not how it really works for me. We all know. But yeah, no, I think I'm near the end of the game, but I could be completely wrong. I've been trying very hard to not spoil myself. Okay. Our next destination, we can honestly just head straight to Lake Knot from here. I think that's fine.
Sam, you're not going to believe what I found. It's about the BB experiments, their true purpose. According to official records, they were continued in secret on the order of President Strand, supposedly with the primary objective of developing BT detectors and preventing void-outs. Any advancements that could be applied to the fields of chiral communications and beach research were meant to be of purely secondary benefit. But it turns out, that's just a cover story. The truth is, Sam, BBs were originally conceived as catalysts for the operation of the chiral network. They're integrated into the infrastructure of Knot cities for that very reason. Every single one you've brought into the fold. It was probably Amelie herself who installed them as she moved west with the first expedition, carrying out her mother's grand plan, making sacrifice after sacrifice on the altar of progress. President Strand told the people what they wanted to hear and did what she thought had to be done. Also, America could be whole again. But I'm starting to wonder if it didn't cost her her soul. The chiral network is our greatest creation, our proudest achievement, and our guiltiest sin. I don't know how to feel about it all. Maybe if we knew more about Cliff and the BB experiments, we'd be better placed to judge. I'll be in touch.
So yeah, I'll show you real quick. So the BBs that he's talking about are this little guy. Very cute. So in order to, those invisible monsters, in order to tell where they are, you can use a BB, those little babies in the pods, because they are kind of held in a state of suspension between life and death, and they can detect the BTs. And so if you connect with a BB, the BB can warn you where the BTs are, and it can actually show you what they look like and where they are. It's a weird game. Like, there's no easy way of explaining this world. I've been playing this game for 30 hours and I'm still completely at a loss half the time. But what he was basically saying is that since the world has basically been post-apocalyptic as a result of these monsters, we got more terrorists, so this is gonna be fun. We've been trying to like reconnect the world, and we've been doing that by like connecting different relays across the whole country. And we just learned that for every single relay that we put, a BB was integrated into the relay. So that's kind of messed up. Oh, come on. That's not where I wanted to be. Could you stop shooting me, please? The way I see it, though, is that I would rather deal with terrorists than deal with the BTs any day. If that truck can come towards me, I can take out the driver of the truck and take that one instead. There's a lot of bullets coming my way. Maybe it's best if I just run. Yeah, he's just taking bullet after bullet right now. Eesh. Looks like we were able to make it. Yeah, Man of Steel. You're just taking the bullets like a champ. I have these blood bags that I keep on me, which if I go long enough without taking any damage, they'll just start blood transfusions automatically. Can help restore some of the lost blood. Don't have to worry about closing out the wounds, though. That's unimportant. Oh, I'm kind of sad that I don't have a vehicle anymore. However, if I remember correctly, that is an incinerator over there. And there are usually vehicles there. So when a person dies in this world, their body will slowly start converting into one of those hidden monsters. And upon doing so, it can cause one of those nuclear explosions. And so in order to try and mitigate that, all bodies need to be incinerated and cremated. But doing so also attracts more of the hidden monsters. So they usually have these large incinerator facilities that are away from civilization, where they can take these bodies and start burning them. And it looks like my understanding was correct that I would find a truck here. 631. I thought I was only at 630. Does my lift say 631? If so, I may need to double check it. But yeah, that's about where I'm sitting. Alright, heading into some heavy rain, but I am on a road. I don't know if that makes a difference. Great. All right, great. I don't want to get too close to these ruins because those are where the monsters are going to be. Let me put a waypoint on the craftsman so I can keep a general idea of the way I want to go. But it is heavy raining right now. This has been a more, like, this cross-country journey started out really rough. Oh shit. It's turned a little easier over time. And I'm glad for that. Can I get out of here? Okay, cool.
Hey Sam, I see you're coming up on Lake Nut. Stay strong. We're all rooting for you to finish the job and come home safe. By the way, I've made more progress in a certain investigation. It seems that Clifford Unger willingly put his own child in the care of the scientists conducting the BB experiments. But he did so completely unaware of their true intentions. This is pure speculation, but I think when Cliff found out about their plans, he attempted to reclaim custody. And after he failed, the BB remained in the program's care. In which case, he would have every reason to bear a grudge towards the president, the woman who allowed it all to happen, don't you think? But just because President Strand is dead, doesn't mean his hate died with her. No, I think he redirected it towards Bridges, towards you and Amelie and anyone close to the director. And now that hate is driving him to set in motion the last Stranding, to bring an end to the world as we know it. Why else would Cliff hold Amelie hostage on the beach? He must know that she's an EE. There's no time to lose. You have to save her and the director. Though I still don't understand how he managed to travel to her beach in the first place. There must be more to their relationship. I'll see what I can find.
So that was another set of strange things that probably don't make any sense to you, but in general, Sam's sister is capable of causing the next human, like, major extinction event. And she's currently in the hands of some man who's supposed to be dead. The one that we saw earlier that was talking to BB through his pod. And we're trying to go and rescue her. Because he's using her to try and cause the end of the world. Oh. Oh. You see that, that lightning tornado? Yeah. That's now the third one I've seen in this game. And the past 2 times that I've encountered one, I get sucked up into it and then transported away to just like a battlefield. And that guy is there with soldiers trying to kill me. So, oh my god. So I'm gonna take a wild guess that that's where we're heading soon.
Got a moment, Sam? It's about the director.
Yeah, sure, I got plenty of time.
So there's no way he could have made the jump to Amelie's Beach if they didn't share a strong personal connection, right? Well, I looked, and I couldn't see one. The network should have contained something, anything, but there was nothing whatsoever. His entire life prior to his tenure with Bridges has been redacted. His name, his past, everything. There's no telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility. What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's Beach? If it's those two who have a personal history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well. But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer the bigger question. How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's Beach?
Sam, Hartman here. There's something else I'd like you to consider. A guess, albeit an educated one, concerning Cliff's objective. Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam. Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world, bringing about a death stranding on a heretofore unprecedented scale. Now, Clifford Unger's battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. They do not and have never intersected with others. But what if there were another class of beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process in motion? And what if the beach in question were none other than Amelie's? Cliff may have summoned the director, but I believe his true aim was to seize control of Amelie's Beach, to exploit its power over every other beach, and trigger the last stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's actions, which is why you have to stop him.
If Hartman's right, then we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's Beach to trigger the last stranding? That's why Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits. With the last stranding, he'll finally have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child. You've got to stop him, Sam. You've got to make the jump to Amelie's beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
Thank you for the alert, gameplay boy. I was trying to avoid interrupting. Hey, Big Poodler, how you doing? Welcome to our sunshiny, happy stream here. Everything's looking fantastic. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, great. Another storm. Sam, don't pretend like you don't know exactly what's gonna happen the moment you get close to this storm. Sunshiny. It's just a little gusty today.
Hand it over.
Shoot him, John. Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
Well. Flying whales, yes. So the other dimension that I was talking about, it manifests itself in the form of beaches, and so you see lots of like crabs and whales and such. That usually just means that there's something going on with the beaches nearby. And there is, because I think we're getting pulled into Cliff Unger's beach for the third time now. His beach is a battlefield. The first one was World War I, the second one was World War II. This looks like it's gonna be Vietnam. Good. Definitely the beach that I want to go to.